Muties and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to review Wonder Woman 84 while flying around in DC Universe Online. To start off, my rating for Wonder Woman 84, I give it a 6.5 out of 7. I rewatched the first Wonder Woman last night to compare it, and for me, it just Wonder Woman 84 was missing those wow moments that the first Wonder Woman had. Like from beginning to end, the first Wonder Woman was just like wow. Like the first scene when they had the Amazons fighting, these chicks was like getting blown off their horses and while doing flips. Like it was just wow. And Wonder Woman 84, it had cool and okay moments. To start off from the beginning, like the scene where young Diana was going through like the Amazon Olympics. That was that was a cool moment, like to see young Diane to do all of those things, like ride a horse, dive into water and stuff like that. It was cool. It didn't hit like it didn't hit like the first Wonder Woman. Um, okay, so the next scene, the one with hold on, sorry. The next scene with it was the mall scene. Oh, by the way, it's gonna be spoilers. I should have clarified that in the beginning, but yeah, it's gonna be spoilers. It was the mall scene in the beginning. I feel like this is too loud. Um, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so the mall scene. The mall fighting scene, it was cool, like because it's like we already seen Wonder Woman slide across the floor and kick somebody. Okay, she did it again. This time was a little different. She added like a spin kick to it. That was cool. Um, what else? Like just like that whole fighting scene, it was cool. Like I'm sorry, I gotta sneeze again. I keep losing my train of thought. Oh my gosh. All right. Yeah, and so it was cool to see her use her whip. Well, not her whip, but her lasso in a different way. Like I didn't know that she could like break the end of her lasso because it's like when she had did like a little tangle thing with her lasso. She had wrapped two of them. Like she had wrapped two bad guys and one and with oh my gosh, it's so hard to explain. So like the end of her rope had broken into two lassos and got two people in one instance. So that was kind of interesting to see her use her lasso in a different way. Um, but yeah, like nothing that scene was kind of like spectacular. Like, and then I didn't like watching it. I didn't understand why the robber or whatever had to hold the little girl with a bouncer. It wasn't like anyone. I don't know. Maybe I have to rewatch it again. But it wasn't like anyone was like like trying to come after him to hold her hostage. Like I didn't see no police officers there. And don't like the civilians was trying to stop them either. So I didn't understand why he was trying to have the little girl as a hostage and then put her over the banister. Like what was the purpose of that? Um, the next scene after that, what was the next scene after that? That could have had like a wow moment. Oh, after that scene, she meets Barbara, and then her and Barbara go out for lunch, and then Barbara get attacked by this homeless guy, and Diana comes and saves her. Barbara was fainted through the whole time, so she did actually get to see what happened. That was another cool moment. I mean, it wasn't all that, but it was. I don't know. It was just a cool moment. And then after that, Steve Trevor come back, and then her and Steve steal a jet. It could it like that scene could have been more. I think one of the good things in Wonder Woman 1 was she was discovering herself and her powers, and they could have edited this in Wonder Woman 84, like they did when they showed her turning the jet invisible. That could have been a more spectacular moment. I guess it was supposed to be like a cute moment for her and Steve, but I don't know. It could have been better. That was just like a okay, cool moment. Once again, nothing spectacular. Honestly, I was surprised she was able to even turn the whole jet invisible, because after this, she made the wish on the wish stone to have Steve back, even though she didn't know about the consequences at the time. But at this point, she was starting to somewhat lose her powers, I guess, because once you make the wish on the wish stone, something's taken away from you. And I feel like they should have either kept Cheetah or origin story, or how they should have had it was Wonder Woman has been around since 1916. She should have made a name for herself, and that way Barbara would have wished on the wish stone that she wished she was like Wonder Woman instead of Diana, and that way Cheetah could have progressed throughout the whole movie, and her and Wonder Woman could have had multiple fights throughout the movie to make it better, because they only had like 2 fights. So after Steve and Wonder Woman and Diana steal the jet and turn invisible, they go to Egypt, Cairo, Egypt. It was a scene where Diana is fighting Maxwell men on the trucks, and I don't know, it's just like these fighting scenes wasn't hitting like the first Wonder Woman. For some reason, it just wasn't hitting. Like that scene was like another cool moment. What I thought was crazy. So at this point, at the end of the fight with the man's on the truck, you can you started to see Diana's like losing her powers. Like she lost grip of the lasso and fell with 2 kids in her hands. If you watch that scene, it looked like both of their heads was rolling on the ground as she fell. And I was like, hey, it's like there's no way they had survived, but they had survived. And like I said, once again, that moment, that scene was just like that was like another cool moment. It wasn't like, wow. Yeah, like even when one of the bad guys had shot his gun, and it's like she had dodged it, and the bullet was about to hit Steve in the truck. She had like whiplashed it with her lasso. That was like another cool moment. It wasn't like a wow moment. Like Wonder Woman 84 was definitely missing those wow moments. After this scene, we had the fight scene in the White House. I feel like with this, like not even if, because they did, but since they went with the whole like Diana's going to be weaker, they should have had those wow moments where it was like, wow, Diana can still pull off those feats even being weaker, but they didn't. It was like the fight scene with the security guards in White House. That was okay. I do think that her and Steve make a good duo. Like he backs her up very well. I feel like they go hand in hand together. They like that was good. Um, and then after she fight the policeman, that's when Barbara Minerva come in, and she's trying to stop them from harming or doing anything to Maxwell because she wants to keep her wish because she like who she is, even though she's losing her humanity. Um, I just want to say Cheetah to me did good. I loved her fighting scenes. Christine Wiig did an awesome job as Cheetah to me. I don't know all the stunts that she did, but I mean some of them you can tell because you can see her face. But what she did, she did good to me. To me, she did good. And once again, her fight with Barbara was like it was cool. There was a oh snap moment when Wonder Woman had did her little wrist clean thing to make like the shockwave, and Barbara just like she jumped and did like a tunnel twist thing, whatever, through it. And I don't know if that's because Diana was weaker at the time or what. And then I'm just thinking like, okay, did Wonder Woman even know that she could do that herself? Because Barbara wished to be like Diana, so she has Diana power, so she could do everything Diana did. So to me, when she dodged that shockwave, like she had jumped through it, that was like an old snap moment. It wasn't a wow moment, but it was an old snap moment. Then after that scene, we had Wonder Woman starting to finally see like she can't have Trevor and her powers and save the world. She had to make a sacrifice, and so she renounced her wish. And then that was a heartbreaking scene because honestly, I don't like. I'm pretty sure people can relate. Like you bring back someone that you lost, a family member or a lover. It'll be hard to let them go after you have finally just gotten them back. And so she's crying, she's running. As she when she renounced her wish, you can see her body is starting to heal. And then she learns how to fly. She listened to what Trevor said about catching the wind, and so she learned how to fly, which I found it was like a awe moment. Like even in death, he still taught her something, like how he was like teaching her in the first Wonder Woman, which is also an interesting thing because like if you pay attention in Wonder Woman 1, he was teaching her about the world and stuff. Like he was teaching her about a watch that things that she didn't know. And then in this one, when he came back, she was teaching him stuff about the world because he's been dead and gone. But she I found that interesting how now she's teaching him about the world. All right, so after she learned how to fly, that was a awe moment. It was a special deep connection. After that, I'm assuming, well, I mean, clearly she went back to her home to get the golden armor that was created by all the Amazons. Like they put all that pieces of armor together to create that armor. And then she goes to have a fight scene with Cheetah. I'm sorry, Wonder Woman did nothing but block that whole fight. Cheetah did all the work. She did all the work. I'm just like, is Wonder Woman is going to, and she's going to, is she going to hit back? And then it's kind of like, I guess she didn't hit back because, at the end of the day, that's still Barbara, and she that's not who she truly is. I guess she didn't really want to hurt her, but still, like, all she did was block. Cheetah did all the attacking. Sorry, and before that scene, she did fight some soldiers. That was an okay moment. Um, Her fight with Cheetah, it was like in between a cool and an okay moment. Like I said, they kept missing those wow moments. They hit with Wonder Woman 1. Like they should have, besides her turning the jet invisible, they should have showed her powers growing, even more. Like how they like each fighting scene in Wonder Woman 1, she just kept getting stronger and stronger, and she showed more what she can do, and she didn't do that with this movie. So yeah, after that fight with Cheetah, she goes to she goes to confront Maxwell Lord. Um, when I had looked it up, his character was based off of Maxwell Lord the Fourth, and from his picture, he seemed like a soldier, militant guy. So, I mean, when he was granting everyone wishes and taking stuff from them, or he would get people to use their wishes, like, don't you wish I had this? He could have told them, like, don't you wish I had like super strength or something, so him and Wonder Woman could have a fighting scene. They didn't really have a fighting scene. She just she wrapped her lasso of truth around his ankle, so to show to everyone, their real truths, which was like, okay. And yeah, it's like he saw that, he saw his son and saw that the end of the world would destroy his son as well, and so he renounced his wish. And that was it. They didn't really have a lot of wow moments like Wonder Woman 1 did. They was just missing. And then another thing is, they had a lot of plot holes. Like, so to start off with, it's like with this movie you have to do a lot of assuming, because all right, so they don't explain why Steve Trevor ends up when Wonder Woman wishes to have Steve back. They don't explain why, of all people, he ends up in this random person's body. I think he ended up in this random person's body because that's like a distant relative of his that clearly he don't know because he's been dead since 1916, but that's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming that he's like a distant relative of his, and that's why he ended up in his body. They was kind of I'm sorry, tongue tied. They were kind of vague on where Trevor went after he died. I'm assuming that he went to Valhalla, where warriors go when they die. That would make sense to me as to where he went. And then when he got wished away, he lost his memory because Valhalla is like a secret place. That's what I'm assuming. Maybe, I don't know. Another plot hole. They didn't explain, what happened to Cheetah and Maxwell at the end. Did they go to jail? Did they learn that? Did they learn a lesson? Are they going to be better people? They didn't explain nothing about what happened to the aftermath. And even, with like the regular civilians, they didn't, everyone seemed like they just went back to normal. Like none of these wishes had happened. They didn't explain that enough. And then, another plot hole is, after she gets Maxwell to renounce his wish, everyone was renouncing their wish. You never hear Barbara Minerva say she renounced her wish, but when you see her looking at the sun, or whatever that was, she was back in her regular form. Once again, what I'm assuming is because after she had fought Wonder Woman the first time, she was in a helicopter with Maxwell, and it seemed like she was making a new wish. And the one thing she said was she didn't want to be like anyone else anymore. So to me, I feel like she kind of renounced that wish and gained some new powers because once the helicopter touched down and he was having the TVs and stuff set up, he was granting people wishes, and the couple things he said, he was like, give her your proudness, give her your anger. So what I'm thinking is, when Diana got everyone to renounce that wish, people was renouncing their wishes, and then of course, when you renounce your wish, you also lose like the backlash. So when someone renounced that wish, Cheetah lost the backlash from it, like her cheetah form or her powers and stuff like that. So that's what I'm thinking. It was too many plot holes. They ain't explain anything enough. Um, some of the good things. I did like the message of the movie. A lot of people, I saw some comments on Twitter and stuff. Like some people were saying that the first scene didn't tie in with the movie. It did. Uh, she learned a lesson that to be a hero, you can't take shortcuts. You can't be a hero and take shortcuts. And it tied in, at the end because it's like the truth will set you free. You'll feel better knowing the truth is like it was one lady who wished for $1 million. Oh wait, hold on. Where I'm sorry, where am I going with this? I had it all in my head last night, but yeah. And so it's just like the truth will set you free. Uh, and it's like they were making their wishes, but they wasn't seeing the backlash, and I guess that was the truth. Like just like the old saying, as fast as something come, as fast as it will leave as well. So they was getting stuff fast, but they was losing stuff fast as well. And that was just that was the truth. And it's just like you want something, you have to work hard for it. Even though it was one guy, he was like I wish you dropped dead. You shouldn't work hard to drop someone dead. Okay, that's not nice. Um, but yeah, but the beginning, it did tie in with the movie. The truth will set you free. You gotta work hard for stuff. Uh, what else was? I did like that that they brought Trevor back. I said Trevor, Steve. They brought Steve back because you got to see Wonder Woman, teach him stuff, and they are a good duo together. They work well together. Um, hmm, some of hmm. I mean, the movie wasn't bad. The movie wasn't bad. It was missing those wow moments. And like in the first one, it was a lesson that she had to learn. You have to give people love. In this one, people had to see the truth about themselves. Like like a lesson for Barbara. She wanted to stop being invisible to people, and she wanted to be like someone else, but she should have just in order for someone to see you and love you, you have to love yourself first. She should have just wanted to. She should have just been herself and loved herself first before trying to have other people love her. If you get what I mean. Um. Hmm. So yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Um. Like I said, the good things about the movie was the message. Um. character development of Cheetah, that was good. I like. Mm, maybe I should have thought about more about this last night, but that's all I got for the good. Maybe there was more. Maybe that's something I didn't see. Like and then for the bad moments, to me, like the bad things were, there weren't enough wow moments. There weren't any wow moments to be exact, and there was too many plot holes. Um, yeah. So with that, I'm going to close it. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.